And here we have today's second game from Mini. Look at his record. He's got 2 wins and 1 loss, so a massive 66% winning ratio. And if he wins this game, Mini will have a 75% winning ratio. So that's quite good, considering he only started playing about 3 months ago. His first match was in about October last year. He's only been put in 4 times. This is his 4th time, but he's done quite well considering 2 wins, 1 loss. So coach reluctant to put him in, and he's going up today against Effort there, who has dyed his hair back to normal, but he still looks like a bit of an alien there. Like, when I say Effort, I just see like the epitome of a Zergling. And I don't know if he's going to win without the yellow hair. It just doesn't match the uniform. I don't know, but Effort, good, solid, aggressive player. He's been around for a while. It reminds me a bit of Quanro. I don't know what happened to him, but it's good to see aggressive Zerg players. I hate it when Zerg players do this massive, ridiculous, I'm going to sunken up build and just explode late game, because recently I've seen that being cracked heaps. But the game is about to start. I've just come off the back of watching Mini just do this awesome rush that got scouted and win. So Mini with some solid micro. It'd be interesting to see how he goes in a longer macro game. So we'll see what's going to happen here, as we have got Mini, the newcomer noob, versus Effort, the seasoned veteran. Now, I have to say I'm going for Mini in this game, just because I've watched a few of his games. I'm quite impressed by what I saw. He's one of my new favourite players, although I still think Firebat Hero and Lita are definitely my favourite players of all time, just because they've got the personality element. Like, they're not the best players, but they just bust out awesome builds, like, regularly. Like, Flash, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching Flash games, but it'd be good to see Flash try something crazy for once. He just does standard, which works for him, but I like watching crazy games. I like watching things different to the norm. But the good thing is, this season in Pro League, there's been a lot of things different to the norm. We've seen a lot of burrows, we've seen, I don't know, just different strategies, how the metagame's evolving. Because I remember watching it like 4 or 5 years ago when like it was just Mutalisk Harass every game, and it got quite boring. So I better comment on the game. We have got Effort on the left-hand side there, and Mini on the right-hand side as the Protoss. Effort is the Zerg, and this map is Sunkeny circle thing around the base. I don't know the map names, but it's kind of lowered, and you've got this big ring around your base, and the Terran players just absolutely love it. And there's a bit of a back door. Actually, no, this map's the outsider one. Sorry. It's the one where there's like little lanes outside your base, so you can sneak probes through. And we've seen a few cheeses on this map. BC did an awesome cannon rush on this map. So first decision there, we've got the spawning pool going down for Effort. So it looks like it's going to be a 9 pool. Going to be a bit more aggressive, chase away the scout, which is what I like to see. It's always good, I think, to be on the front foot, to be more aggressive. But on the other hand, Flash is good at countering, so I don't know. I like to see players on the front foot, but you got to do what works for you. As we see a picture there of Stork drawn as an eagle, which is funny because I always thought Stork was a dinosaur. As we see the pylon out the front there, so Mini looking to get his expansion up. And is he going to 14 next? Is he going to risk it? He does. He's going to build his Nexus before cannons, which could be quite risky because the 9 pool is on its way. So Mini, you know, he's a newcomer. He's taking a big risk. He's trying to get that early advantage. But Effort's quite aggressive, and it'd be interesting to see if Effort tries to take this down as Mini, the hair just like, is just so angular over his head. But I don't think it's going to matter much because Effort's planted down. Oh, he's got the 6 lings coming, so he could possibly beat the cannon, but an expansion coming up there, so Effort not going to commit to that early aggression, just getting his expansion down, and only 2 lings there. So it looks like Mini's early risk is going to be safe, but he is going to scout this out. And as the scout comes in for Mini, but it's going to get turned away as well. So Zerglings won't make it in time. There's not enough of them anyway. The first cannon going up, and I think Mini's 14 next is going to be safe for now. So one Zergling chasing the probe, the other one going up for a scout. And Gateway Wall, SimCity behind the cannons going up at the front there. So it looks like Mini with probably a slight economic advantage, but it's only a tiny one at this stage, and it can't be countered. So Mini being ballsy early on, not going for a cheese, but I guess it's hard to cheese against Zerg. 2 gates I see them very rarely, and occasionally they work, but more often than not, when I see a 2-gate, it fails, because only time 2-gate works if the Zerg just does like a ridiculous 3-hatch, which what Effort has done, but he's got his spawning pool up, and that's the cool thing about Zerg, they can produce units quickly, and looks like a quick lair, oh no, it's not that quick, it's probably normal, sorry, lair going down for Effort there, so looking to climb up the tech tree after he's got his 3-hatch. And Effort going for a bit of an econ game as well, doesn't have much of an army out, which I guess is fair enough because the Protoss is just building up their army as well behind their cannon wall. Because as a Zerg player, if you want to attack the Protoss early on, you have to do it early, or you have to challenge their cannon wall. So a lot of PvZ probably starts mid-game when you'll see the armies come out starting to attack here. So Gas going down at the second base there for Mini, so he's probably looking for more of a tech build as the 3rd hatch almost going up there, just chasing away the probe as the coach looks on, nervously stroking his chin, going, come on Mini, you can do it. Mini's like, put me in coach, put me in, I promise you I won't lose. So Lair about to pop. It'd be interesting to see which tech the Zerg goes for. So we've got a Stargate going up, which is pretty standard. And I love how people build Stargates right under the Overlords. It's just saying, yeah, Overlord, you better move, because I'm going to Corsair you and just splat you. As we see the probes going around still hasn't got Zergling speed. And it looks like, oh, it's going to get trapped in the corner there. Well done to Effort, as he does have quite a large number of Zerglings out there, and we see the Spire going down there, which is to produce some Scourge to deal with the Corsairs that are coming. And we have got, wow, we've got two we've got 2 Stargates from Mini, so he is committing to more of a harassment type build. He's going to have to do some damage with this, because having Corsairs is good, be able to harass, but he's going to have no army, less army, so he's got to get some economic damage done with this build, or keep Effort back in his base with just his Corsairs, because he doesn't have a very strong ability to attack a ground army except for the front. So interesting play here. I wonder if he's going to go Ser Reaver, or he's just going to go for a 2 Corsair harass here. Haven't seen two Stargates in a while, but interesting to see how this goes. Mini busting out a bit of a different build here, which is good to see as he gets his front wall up. First Corsair coming out now, looking for some Overlords to kill. There was one right by, and we see, alright, Spire is just about to pop, and we have got a Hydralisk Den going down as well, so probably going to get some Hydras, maybe some Lurkers to help defend. And Efforts hasn't got an army either, so both players just building up their economy, getting their tech going, small armies from each player. But hopefully in the next 5 minutes or so we're going to see some battles as the two Stargates are pumping. We've got some cannons going down to protect against Mutalisks. Only 2 cannons at the front though, so fairly weak front door, but he must have a good scout to know what his opponent's doing, or he's just playing it safe. Corsair's kind of hiding at the bottom there to like kind of conceal their numbers, but no, now they're coming into action. They bring up with the fleet, which brings his Corsair count up to 3. And once Corsairs get to about 8 or 9, they're like a critical mass that can just like kill Scourge. So I guess that's what he's trying to do. 5 Corsairs there at the moment. I'm going to take out that Scourge, which is always good to see. When a Scourge doesn't get to kill itself, you take it out. And is he going to get a harass in there? There's an Overlord, but I think the Mutalisks pop, and he's going to run away right now. He should split those up so they get away. So still committing to this heavy Corsair build, and he gets intercepted, so another Corsair going down there. He's committing to this air build, which is alright, but he needs to get some harassment because he has no ground army, and Effort there in extreme concentration as he parks his Corsairs over his cannon. So we've got some Mutalisks and Scourge out now, so trying to Scourge those Corsairs and maybe do some economic harassment himself. And finally, a gateway going down for Mini, so Mini going to start building on his ground army now that his economy and his tech is up. We see the Templar archives going down there at the bottom as well. So we've got some Corsairs versus the Scourge. They take one out, and versus the Mutalisks, all that splash gumming going down, and they're going to have to run, but no, of course the Scourge coming in, forcing them back. I think one of the Scourge hit there. So running back to the safety of the cannons here. So far in the battle for air superiority, I think Effort is winning. He's managed to keep him back in his base there. It looks like he's got more Scourge and more Mutalisk, but okay, actually I'd say the air superiority is a tie. Both players are battling, but no one seems to be winning. We've had hardly any probe or Overlord harass here as the 2 armies go in the middle. So there's the first Overlord of the match going down, which is quite late to be honest, as we've got some Zealots coming out here, and he needs to bring the Corsairs back to provide air support. They're getting harassed from the ground, And the Zealots here probably going to do an early attack. Whoa, massive fleet of Scourge going in, taking out some of the Corsairs. He's going to fight those Mutalisks off, which is good to see. There's a lot of Corsairs, there are not many Mutalisks. And it looks like his first thing of Zealots are going to do a fair amount of damage. We've got one sunken behind some SimCity lines there. And we've got more sunkens. No, not sunkens. We've got some more tech going down there. So effort looking to build up to lair here. And interesting to see if this attack from Mini is just like a 4 Zealot harassment or whether he's going to push this home. Still not many cannons at his front door, but now he's getting up some gateways. So he's looking to pull out. And he's stopped producing